Hello, my loves. We are doing our fourth, very low key, but absolutely necessary celebration Sunday. Feels like the last, it feels like the last day of January, but it's the first day of February. January felt like this really long, epic, snowy, cold month up here in the Northeast. And I'm here in a very intentionally relaxed day. Olive, come here. A very intentionally relaxed day because sometimes, as we all know, it's really, really hard to just relax, to just be present, to not, um, per usual. Olive, come here. Olive, we're just gonna talk anyways. We're gonna ignore her. So to really just exist and not plan a whole bunch of things to do or to feel guilty for not doing something, right? And today I woke up, I had a massage scheduled. I came home, I took one of those several hour naps that you wake up from and you're questioning A, what day it is, and B, you think that nap may have just completely made everything better in your life. Like it just was glorious. I try not to cook too much. Like I just try to exist. And this is one of the first days I feel like I've really done that fully in January. And so I'm here, I'm not made up. I'm got my hair up and just being present here with you to celebrate on this last Sunday of what feels like January, but the first Sunday of February. And the reality is, I could not be prouder than I am right now for doing a live every single day in January. And obviously, I've committed to an entire year of this, but I went live every single day, no matter how I felt, no matter how tired I was, no matter if I didn't feel like it. And there were a lot of days that I didn't feel like doing it, not because I don't enjoy. Once I hit live and once I get on here and start talking, I'm completely in my zone. But there were days I just was like, I don't want to do, I don't want to get ready for it. What am I going to talk about? But I just kept showing up, and more ideas are coming, and more direction is coming. And that's one of the topics I'm going to talk about very soon is this idea of like when we get into creation versus consumption mode. And that's what I feel like I've really stepped into. I'm starting to really move. And that's what happens when you start to take the steps up the hill. And so I'm really proud of myself for committing to this, A, in January, and B, following through on my word and doing it. I'm proud of myself. I'm celebrating how I've been showing up at the gym. I'm getting stronger. I love weightlifting, and I've been showing up every single week, at least 4 to 5 times a week, working out, and of course, going to the sauna, which is exactly what we need during this really cold weather. I decided as well to do something intentional for just me, something that was exclusive and had nothing to do with work, had nothing to do with my son, had nothing to do with family or friends or other obligations, just something that I enjoyed and I wanted to engage with. And I've done two things. First is I've had my first Italian lesson. I really want to work on my languages. I love learning languages. I've learned French and Spanish and German over the years. I want to get better at those languages. I want to remind myself of all the things that I've learned from them over the years. And then Italian is one of the Romance languages that I have not engaged with yet. And so I meet with somebody every week to learn Italian, and that's just for me. That's not there's no level that I need to get to. I just want to allow my brain to move in that direction. So I'm celebrating that. And then I'm celebrating that tomorrow I'm starting a choir. One of my friends is an adult choir. It's not religious, it's just adults getting together that like to sing. And I used to sing all the time. And as she was talking to me about how in the fall she did it and she could just feel her voice getting better and her singing getting better and having to practice the music, it's one of the things that I love is that the music and singing and all of it. So I'm joining an adult choir, and these things are just for me. And I think sometimes we forget that we can just do things that are just for us because we want to, because it's something we enjoy, because it's a hobby or it's an interest, right? A lot of times work, a lot of times life can get so bogged down with all of these obligations or things that we're doing for other people or for ourselves for a certain specific outcome. And obviously, in this conversation this year about the year of being, we are working towards something with a hoped outcome. But it is also a reminder that this is just about the journey. We are on a journey of life. And sometimes the intended outcome is not the outcome that ends up happening. And if you don't enjoy the journey, if you don't have things that are beautiful for you along the way, sometimes the outcome feels empty. Because once you've achieved the outcome, what have you done? What have you lost? What have you given up on? What have you forgotten? Who have you forgotten? Sometimes it's ourselves. And so for me, I'm celebrating that I'm really building this year in that state of being, in my whole being, in every part of myself. My love of learning, my love of languages, my love of singing, my love of taking care of my body and showing up in that way. And I love to feel really strong and powerful. I love to have an intentional day of rest. So these are my celebrations this week. I'm also celebrating getting to over 200 subscribers on, or I guess not subscribers, but yes, people on TikTok. I've been like under 200 for a really long time, and now I'm over 200, and I want to keep growing that platform because I love the style of TikTok. So if you're interested, I will be over on TikTok doing fun short form content related to this same sort of stuff that I've been doing over here, but in a couple minute format, much more digestible, sometimes even less than a minute format, and I might have a little bit more fun over there too. The lives can be heavy and inundated with a lot of material, which I want it to be that sort of library for people. I want people to be able to turn to this and move through things and pick out certain videos to watch when they're feeling certain ways. And the TikTok videos get to be heavy, light, somewhere in the middle, a little bit more fun, and a little bit more digestible. If you just want to come over there and up my number from 200, like, let's do it. But that's a place that in February I'm going to be showing up more. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos over there. I'm going to do lives here, videos over there. YouTube will catalog everything. And if you can see, I'm not trying to I didn't try to do everything, all the things in January. I'm adding little pieces. I'm each week a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. I want this to be a sustainable thing for me. I want to be able to be present in the way in my life, in this business, in the way that I show up here. I want to be able to make it a sustainable thing. And there's many times in my lives that I've built things or taken risks that have worked out, mind you. Most of them worked out, some have not, right? We always have failures, we always have successes. You can't have successes without failures. It's not something that exists. We live in a dualistic universe, like one has to have the other. But there's been times that I've done it and I've done it to a point where it was detrimental to me being able to be present in any other way in my life. And that's just not what I'm about anymore. I don't want to do that. I don't want to teach people how to do that. I don't want to show up in that way. I want people's lives and businesses and their free time and all of it to be this beautiful thing. Their family, the way they show up for their family. So here we are. We're celebrating today. I hope that you watch this and celebrate something for yourself this week. Whatever you did, however you showed up in the world, there's always something that you've done that can be celebrated and honored. There's always something, even if it's the most tiny thing. You did one kind thing for somebody, right? Going back to the video on kindness, we need that in the world. So, whatever you can be proud of this week, whatever you can feel that you can honor for yourself, that you can celebrate, bring it here, drop it in the comments. If you don't want to share it publicly, you're always welcome to send me a message as to what you're proud of for this week. And as always, we are going to cheers. So, cheers to that. And I'm sending you much love. Happy Sunday. I will see you soon.